Shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the brothers that's teaching us truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect, the 1/3, and the sincere listeners. All right. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai being the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This gospel is truth. The kingdom of heaven salvation is for the Israelites and the Israelites only, who are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the ones scattered abroad that may look like the other nations. All right, but your spirit resonates with this truth. You're more than most likely an Israelite, going back to one of the 12 patriarchs. All right, the kingdom of heaven salvation is for you. Today's video is going to be entitled Isaiah 34 calls out Esau Edom directly. Okay, and there are in the NLT, and Isaiah 34 in the NLT calls out Esau Edom directly, and it does call out Esau Edom in the King James as well, but I was reading through the NLT and he mentions Esau much more in the NLT, so verifying and clarifying what we are saying to be true, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna just start at the top. I might jump back and forth just to show you the comparison, for edification's sake. But the reason why I'm bringing this out is because this pretty much hits the nail on the coffin. You know, and this is a prophecy that's yet to happen, as well as, you know, people saying that Esau Edom is done away with. He's extinct. That nation is no longer here. Well, if Amalek is here, that you so-called Jays like to call the Palestinians Amalek, if they're here, that means Esau is still here, because Amalek is from Esau, and the Amalekite is an Edomite. Okay, so that cuts your whole doctrine on Big Yahoo. Not a J. BB, not a J. Anyways, this is Isaiah 34:1. It says, "Come here and listen, O nations of the earth. Let the world and everything in it hear my words." That's right. For the Lord Yahweh is enraged against the nations, his fury against all their armies. He will completely destroy them. And in the KJV, it already says he hath utterly destroyed them. That means this has already happened. The Lord has already got the victory. Okay, the Israelites have already gotten the victory through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the elect of Israel. Okay, we just have to play it out. We gotta play it out in our lifetime. Isaiah got the vision, and he saw that these nations were destroyed. Okay, so he moved with faith when he wrote that down. So I just have to make that clear, because it says he will completely destroy them, which he will, but the Lord has already done that. Okay, we already got the victory. We just got to play it out, and that takes faith to believe, right? It says, dooming them to slaughter, their dead will be left unburied, and the stench of rotting bodies will fill the land. The mountains will flow with their blood. Okay, when that World War III comes and you people are fighting in various valleys and mountains and clefts of the rock, wherever you guys might find yourself, in Iran, in the Middle East, right? You say Iran is gridlocked by mountains, and for a ground invasion, it would be pretty much suicide for the NATO nations, especially America. But they're gonna do it anyways through the Spirit, right? It's the will of the Heavenly Father. It's going to be a great sacrifice. America is going to sacrifice. They think, these elites, they're thinking that they're going to be sacrificing children, blood, whatever, sacrificing people. And that's going to, bring them more blessings in their carnal mind. But really, this is the Lord's sacrifice. And it's going to get into it. This chapter is going to go into it. The mountains will flow with their blood. The heavens above will melt away and disappear like a rolled up scroll. This is the nuclear missile when it detonates. Look it up. Mushroom cloud, right? The stars will fall from the sky like withered leaves from a grapevine or shriveled figs from a fig tree, right? The stars that are falling from the sky are going to be the missiles that you're going to see. And that's how Isaiah described it. Okay? And that's going to be when you see the missiles coming from the sky. That's what he called it, stars falling. But it's really not stars, it's missiles, nuclear warheads. Okay? Like withered leaves from a grapevine or shriveled figs from a fig tree. Okay, he's describing how they fell. Alright? And when my sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom, the nation I have marked for destruction. That's right, Obadiah. Alright, after that 1,000 years of slavery, Esau Edom is done for. So here it mentions Esau Edom as well. It says Idumea, the Greek way of saying Edom. Alright. It makes more of a clarification in the NLT, letting you know Edom, so-called white man, so-called white race. Alright. The nation I have marked for destruction, right? Because they're the wickedness. You know. It says, and the point is actually starts in verse 8. But we're going to continue on. It says, where are we? Slaughter Edom. Nope, we're not there yet. Yeah, verse 6. The sword of the Lord is drenched with blood, and covered with fat, with the blood of lambs and goats. Like I said, these Edomites thinking that they're going to be, usher in World War III, and through World War III, that sacrifice is going to be a blessing upon them, that they're going to rise from the ashes, these elites of Edom. But this is the Lord's war. All right, he already said it. All nations and everybody in it, even you elites, thinking that you can't get touched. With the blood of the lambs and goats with the fat of rams prepared for sacrifice. Yes, the Lord Yahweh will offer a sacrifice in the city of Basra. Okay, chief city of Edom, which is now America. Okay, America is the pinnacle of Edomite supremacy. All right, and city really goes back to citizen. Like, we can get that as well. Let me go back. City etymology. It's a great city though, right? Let's get it in Edom. Is that the one I want? Edom. Let's get it. So 1200 from old site, town, city, from earlier, from Latin. Okay, originally citizenship, right? So anybody that has citizenship to a country, that's what makes it a city. You know what I mean? That's what allows it to be a city. Okay. So that's how it works. So just like people have an American citizenship, that they're part of a city, a great city. All right. Now it says also forming words for bed, couch, bullshit. Anyways, so now a large and important town. Okay, and a large and important town. That's America, and it's not a town, but we know it's a great city. All right. Let's go back. Verse 7. Even men as strong as wild oxen would die, the young men alongside the veterans. The land would be soaked with blood, and the soil enriched with fat. For it is the day of the Lord's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. Right, and in the KJV it doesn't say that, but this is where the point lied for the video, and that's where I got the inspiration to do the video. Isaiah 34:8 in the KJV. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Now we know it was talking about Edom up here, but this further confirms it verse for verse, right? It says, for it is the day of the Lord's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel, pursuant to Joel 3, Deuteronomy 28:15 on down, the curses. Okay, and various other scriptures, Ezekiel 35, perpetual hatred, right? Even further into affliction, Psalms 10, all right, laying snares for us, Psalm 64, a whole bunch of scriptures. You know what I mean? The whole, you know, this is like a ongoing thing that we got with these devils. You know what I mean? You know, but this is really the Lord's controversy with these devils, right? So it says, streams of Edom will be filled with burning pitch, and the ground will be covered with fire. You see, and it says here, it says Edom. It doesn't say Edom on this side. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, right? The land, right? Because of the nuclear destruction. But it doesn't mention Edom. But here it keeps mentioning Edom. Okay? And same with verse 10. The judgment on Edom will never end. The smoke of its burning will rise forever. The land will lie deserted from generation to generation. No one will live there anymore. Okay, and this has not happened yet. Okay, and it shall not be quenched night nor day. Right, verse for verse, it doesn't mention Edom. To the smoke thereof go forever from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Okay, so it will be haunted. It will be haunted by the desert owl and the screech owl and the raven. For Yahweh will measure the land carefully. He will measure it for chaos and destruction. So pretty much letting you know that certain land animals are going to still dwell here that can survive deserts and stuff like that. And certain demons and devils, habitation of devils, evil spirits that even unclean animals have in them. And just apparitions of demons and stuff like that. That will still be here in America. It really will be a haunted house. That's why it's called a haunted. It will be haunted by the desert owl and the screech owl and the great owl and the raven and other demon-like spirits, man. Okay? That's a land where you're not going to go. You know, and you're going to see the smoke burning up. We're going to be in the land of Israel. We'll see the smoke, our homeland. Okay? And we're going to see the smoke burning up as a monument to know never to live like that ever again. And when it says forever and forever, it's going to be burning for a few generations, man. We'll see that place burning for a bit. The Lord could have it burning for however long he wants. Okay? It's just on the map. You're just going to see that bitch just burning and burning. You know? But that was pretty much the point. You know what I mean? I didn't want to make this video too long. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom. Lord, will you're edified. I'll say to the next one, all right? Shalom.